Jerry, are you considering trading Micah?
Wait a minute, I can't hear anything. I really can't.
Really?
Really can't, yeah.
I'll do it again. Jerry, are you considering trading Micah Parsons?
Well, let's put it like this. Surely you guys have been around this stuff and know to recognize negotiation talk, that type of thing, and so that's where I put that.
So are you considering it?
I'm not. At this, the facts are that that's like anything else. I think the world of Micah, and that's just part of negotiation.
Would you ever consider trading Micah?
Again, I don't really place that with any real seriousness. Micah's got a bad back. That's like being traded.
Did the request take you by surprise?
Y'all weigh it the same.
Did the request take you by surprise?
Again, no, that's negotiation. I've heard that so many times in my 30 years in the NFL about from not just players but agents, and of course we all understand contracts. We're under contract. That's what we're doing. We're looking at adjusting the contract, but we're under contract and we're in camp, and that's the way the rules are set up. But that is old stuff, 30 years of old stuff. Some of these issues we're hearing about trading, hurt backs, all that kind of stuff.
When do you start negotiations with these people, Jerry?
Again, I've started negotiations in March.
With his agent?
I said I started negotiation in March, and I've negotiated double handfuls of contracts just like I did in March.
He thought it was the
again. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I started that in March. I visited with him in negotiation.
My question is, he thought the meeting was about leadership, not about his contract.
It's my answer. It's my answer. I was negotiating in March.
Are you surprised it's gotten to this point?
Not really. Not really at all. This is just negotiation.
Is there really?
Have you talked to him at all since?
Again, I sat with him at the Big 12 Conference Championship, sat with him at the Super Bowl, so Micah's easy for me to talk to, and we've had good talks, and we had a good talk regarding negotiation of the contract, the way I have many players. And I don't need to remind you, we've had some great players around here that wanted to renegotiate their contract. We didn't. Put it off to another year, and so that's where I am on it. But it's any of the stuff that you hear in the process of a negotiation, you can imagine I should take that for whatever.
Do you expect him to be on the field week one?
Again, I don't want to talk about my expectations. Now that is speculating, but I can speak to anything that's happened up until now, and that has no sensitivity to me.
Is it good to see him still at practice, though, even though he made that demand, but he's still out here?
Well, I wish the back would get better.
You wish the back would get better. so the back is not.
Again, I just said I wish the back would get better, so we could not have a hurt back.
You talk about 30 years of these types of scenarios. Is there really nothing different about this one from the others?
Well, it's just that you've seen it so often, and you've seen it with other clubs. You go through the process. It's a highly sensitive time when you're guaranteeing somebody almost $200 million. That's sensitive stuff.
When the season ended, we talked to you about Mike McCarthy and him potentially talking to other teams, and you said you don't want anybody that doesn't want to be here. Micah Parsons says he doesn't want to be here. How is that any different?
No different than a bad back.
Did you decline to negotiate with him last year?
What?
Did you decline to negotiate with him last year, like he said?
With who?
With Micah last year?
With who? Micah?
Yeah. He said he wanted to negotiate last year, and you guys.
I know you misheard me. I don't think we got any negotiations last year. Closest thing to last year was March of this year when we had a good negotiation.
He said he wanted to talk before last season. Do you recall anything about that?
Well, again, it could very well be. It's what he wants, and so that could cover a lot of ground.
When he put out the note yesterday saying he'd asked for a trade, did that make you angry?
Not a bit. Not a bit. I can't tell you how many hundreds of times I've heard that negotiation.
Jerry, what do you think of all the fans chanting his name and kind of supporting him and hearing them all screaming out there?
It was just so much louder last year walking off this field with Lamb.
Have you talked to Micah in the last 24 hours?
No.
Do you plan on getting with him at our?
Again, I don't get into what my plans are at all.
Do you think this relationship is salvageable?
I think the relationship is what it is. What it is. Period.
What is it?
What it is. Well, it's our relationship. I sat with him at the Big 8 to Big 12 championship. I sat with him at the Super Bowl. I like Micah.
So for you, nothing's changed.
So many times in the past when you've gone through these negotiations, but when you had him, it always usually ends with the player you want and the contract and a good number.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought that up. It seems like that we forget that it's been less than a year, and I paid the highest been paid in the NFL to Dak, and I paid a big price for Lamb. And anybody that says I'm not interested in financially rewarding my players hadn't been looking at the tea leaves. And so there's always negotiation, and the negotiation is to put the best team on the field. And it's many times it's not even a question of deserving. And in today's salary cap, you've got to have either or. You can't have it all. And so all those things go into the, so to speak, the equation. And the art of the deal is to get the best players out there for the resources that you have under the cap. And so that's what we're doing. That's what this is all about. But I'm here. I do what I do. I love these guys. Frankly, I could be any place in the world. And I want to be right here. I want to be right here with camp. I enjoy these players. I enjoy Micah. But as always, in any relationships, there are different moods at different times of your relationship. That's what it is. Don't lose any sleep over it.
So just to be
That's
clear,
one thing I would say to our fans. Don't lose any sleep over it.
just to be clear, you don't feel the relationship has changed at all from the Super Bowl, Big 12?
Again, I know my attitude, and my attitude is the same one I've had. I think the world of Micah. He's an outstanding player. He can really help us, but he's got to fit in with what's in the best interest of the team, and that's what the negotiation's all about.
When you see frustration from players like CeeDee Lamb on social media, even though he was, to your point, going through this exact thing a year ago, there's players on the defensive side of the ball that are changing their Twitter profile pictures to pictures of Micah in solidarity with him. Are you concerned with the way that you are viewed in the locker room by these players that seem to be frustrated with the way that this has gone?
Not in the least. Have you been in our locker room?
No.
Well, yeah, surely you have. You've been in there. Have you been out to?
Yes.
Have you been out to the Star and been out there? I don't take a back seat to anybody on how I treat players.
Is this all fun for you?
Any place.
Is this fun for you?
What?
This whole ordeal?
Well, I've chosen to do this for my life, and this is important to me. And to spend the time that I spend doing it, and all of that is important. But it's important to me to get the job done in a way that fits what we need to do as a team. And so, if everybody had the ability to take an existing contract and just say, I disregard it, this league would be chaos. And so at some point you do have to recognize that we're talking about under contract here, which can diminish if somebody makes a new contract. It makes you wonder if they'll honor that contract.
Jerry,
Because they're both the same paper with the same signatures on them. So you have to work through the integrity of the agreement. And we're under contract here.
can we?
And we've got future. I wouldn't be standing here with you if I didn't think we had potentially had a great future with Mike. It'd be a waste of all of our time. So we're in good shape. This is negotiation. But make no mistake about it, life has to go on. If something happens to me or anybody else, life does go on. This thing called the NFL, it's not about one person.
You keep bringing
me
up,
included, in a big way.
You keep bringing up, we have a contract, which to me is kind of disingenuous because CeeDee had a contract, Osa had a contract, and you still gave them new deals or gave them extensions while they were under contract.
Dak had a contract,
Right.
Lawrence had a contract,
So-
and we didn't do the new deal with the contract.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
We've done it
recently,
both ways.
CeeDee and Osa had contracts.
But pretty recently, Dak. And what I'm trying to say is we've done it both ways. The decision, the very definition of coming to an agreement in what's perceived to be your best interest is negotiating over an existing contract where you have the deal in your hands and both of you have to agree to make an adjustment in that contract going forward. That's the height of needing to get your minds together. When you don't have it, when you don't have a meeting of the minds, you go ahead like Dak did, or you go ahead like Lawrence did, and you play out the contract.
Is the offer you had in March still on the table?
What?
The deal, the offer you had in March, the meeting of the minds, is that still on the table?
Micah took it off.
He took it off, so it's not on the table?
He took it off. No, he took it off. I'm just saying he took it off. I'm not, don't put an answer there, please.
Okay.
He took it off.
And because of that, that's why.
It's very important.
Okay.
And because of that, that's why you're like, I don't want to negotiate with his people right now.
Well, I know that, I know I grew up when Mama wouldn't let me do something, going to Daddy, and Daddy let me do it, and going back in saying to Mama, Daddy said I could do it. I've had old Mama Daddy stuff. We got here doing that by nature. So we're not going to do that. Y'all get the analogy? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, we agree, but let me see if I can get my agent in on it. So my point is, that's that mom and daddy deal that's been going on since we all got here.
So the key is for you and Micah to have an agreement.
Well, no, the key is that we've got an agreement. Let's really do understand that. We've got an agreement. Now, if we're going to adjust that agreement, then he's a must and I'm a must. Okay, not the organization, I'm a must in this case. And so I do these very significant ones. And so it's very important that if we're going to change the contract that we've got right now, which this would, then that I agree to what we changed. That's why it was so good when we sat down together and spent a lot of time going back and forth and adjusting, and we had that exercise together.
So
If you're a must, then why
What?
would you not talk to the agent? Since you're a must in the conversation, why would you yourself not talk to the agent?
Because the agent, when we have a problem within a team and a player, I don't ever find the agent. He's nowhere to be found. Okay? Jay-Z said that Micah would make all, I'm not Micah, but that Dez would make all meetings. Jay-Z and I negotiated the contract. We spent hours negotiating the contract, Jay-Z. And he said, anybody in my organization is on time. He said, my office used to be on the street corner and I've always been early. So they will be on time. I said, where did I sign? But I'm gonna call you. Finally, he quit taking my call.
Well, Dez and Micah have different histories as far as
Again, please, I'm just talking about the agent.
Yeah.
Don't take that to Micah and Dez. Just simply say that when the issues come up, the first one and the one that is there is us and the player. My experience, hadn't been the agent, is not the one that solves the problems you have when you're executing what you said you would do in the contract. So I like to deal directly with the player when it's of this nature.
So in March, did he say we have a deal?
Again, I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'm not getting into the details. I think I was asked the question, have we negotiated? Have we negotiated directly? And that is an emphatic yes, we have.
All right, we got to go.
Okay, guys.
Positive for the organization.
Excuse me.
You've done this obviously several years now, going back to Dez, Zeke, obviously Dak and CeeDee a year ago, now Micah. Do you see this protracted process over the course of training camp as a net positive for the organization?
Well, I can be cute, and I'm going to be. It lasted into the third game with Emmett, and we won the Super Bowl. So it can be. But again, that's to call a negotiation, parts of it positive, parts of it negative. They're positive if we can come to an agreement that fits, what we've paid other players, what we're going to pay other players. All the things come to an agreement. What y'all don't know is what I offered him. And it's a hell of a lot more than you think I did. That's what you don't know.
What was that?
Again, her number is XXXX.
Was it Miles?
Of course
more
not.
than TJ?
Of course not. I'm just trying to say to you, we're all walking blank. We don't know what that number and terms were. And that's not appropriate right now to get into it. But my point is, I reached. Make no mistake about it, I reached. So that's again, let's go back to this. This is a negotiation. Does it blow me up to somebody to say, look, trade me? That's just not a flare sign for me at all in any way.